So yesterday, the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day launched. And everybody was excited about it. I know I was excited about it. I was counting down the clock. When's it going to drop? And it dropped. And while I don't think it's as good as the Dune 3 trailer, it's awesome. Like it was this Spider-Man trailer was awesome. Absolutely.
And it's also really interesting.
It's just interesting. And for a first trailer. Again, it doesn't even go into the meat of anything. That's going to come in trailers too. We'll probably get the second trailer when we're in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
At CinemaCon. But, you know, just for a first trailer, it was absolutely wonderful and fantastic. Guys, we've just seen something happen that I never would have anticipated. You have to understand, before I bring this up, you have to understand that the all-time record for most trailer views in cinema, you look at this. It was Spider-Man No Way Home's teaser at 355 million. But then the new record holder, Deadpool and Wolverine, beat it by 10 million views at 365 million. Amazing. Most viewed trailer in history in the first 24 hours. And again, it beat it by 10 million views. Of course, Spider-Man's beat out Avengers Endgame by 66 million views. That's a big jump. 66 million is a big jump.
Close.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Spider-Man Brand New Day's trailer just came out. And it has set the all-time record. And it did not beat it by 5 million views. It did not beat it by 60 million views. It nearly doubled it. 718.6 million views in the first 24 hours, nearly doubling. Doubling the existing record. When records get broken, they are broken incrementally. This thing just nearly doubled it. It beat it by like 350 million views.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people watching that trailer, John.
It beat the all-time record. Remember, this is the record for the first 24 hours. It beat the all-time record in 8 hours. In 8 hours, it broke the record. At 12 hours, it was already over 500 million. And this morning, Sony put out the official number, 718 million views in the first 24 hours. If you had asked me yesterday, do I think that Spider-Man could become, this new trailer could become the all-time most viewed I would say no. I think it's going to be in the top 5. I can see it. I think people are excited about Spider-Man. I think especially with like Thunderbolts, Wonder Man, Fantastic Four, creating some quality again. I think it's upped people's anticipation for new Marvel material, including Spider-Man. I think it'll be top 5. Yeah. Top 5. Guys, listen, I just think there's a lot of you right now. Here's my worry. I think there's a lot of you right now who are just looking at this and just seeing a number. It nearly doubled the all-time record.
And when the record is only beaten incrementally, that's insane.
Yeah, it was beaten by 5 million, by 50 million, by 10 million. And now this one comes out and beats it by like 350 million.
This was Deadpool and Wolverine standing there in that shot right there. and that's Spider-Man trailer coming in.
Boom, baby. I mean, and listen, I have said on this show, I've always said, let's get a little closer before I give you my final thoughts, but my long-range thoughts have been Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be a massive hit. It's easily going to join the $1 billion club, but it's not going to be $2 billion. It's not going to be $2 billion.
Well, if everybody who watched the trailer bought a ticket.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone
Trailers
will,
are
but-
not a direct
I know.
equivalency to box office. I understand that.
Yeah.
And I remind you guys of that all the time. It's not a direct equivalency, but my God, when I see numbers like this, I have to reevaluate that thought of mine that this isn't going to make 2 billion. The number literally doubles the previous one, doubles it. It's not just a number. Each one of those numbers represents an individual person who is excited about Spider-Man and clicked on to watch that trailer within the first 24 hours that it came out. That means something. Again, not a direct equivalency, but it means something. And I might have to reevaluate that thought of mine, Rob, about it not making $2 billion at the box office. It may. It also brings up this
Aunt May.
adjacent issue. How bloody big is the first Doomsday trailer going to be? How big is that first Doomsday trailer going to be?
It's going to be big.
719.
I mean, when you're talking Robert Downey Jr., Captain America, Thor, Loki, everybody. I mean, I don't know. That's another issue for another time. But I mean, Rob, this is a word I don't throw around a lot. This is historic. I don't know that we will ever again, I'll go on record right now, we will never again see the all-time trailer view record broken at this level ever again.
At double.
It's never
Yeah.
going to happen again. We will never see the box office, not box office, we will never see the trailer views record beaten by 95% ever again. It's never going to happen again. This is it. Now, something will eventually beat Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think
Sure.
Doomsday will, but Doomsday's not going to be 1.4 billion in the first 24 hours. I just don't think, I just want us to appreciate this is a historic moment. What we're seeing here is never going to happen again. And wow, the potential that this movie now has completely gone off the scale and off the charts, Rob. Anyway, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Factor. Hey guys, you know how it is. Between the daily live show, tracking the latest box office numbers, and planning our next movie meetup in the van, my schedule gets absolutely hectic. Now, somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops just being optional. Factor is how we stop letting a busy schedule be our excuse. They provide fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. I had their smoky Gouda mac and shredded beef after a long editing session last week on that Spider-Man Rights video I did, and it was amazing. So whether you're looking for calorie smart options or the new Muscle Pro collection, which is perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine, they have 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh. And the best part? They are always fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes with zero prep and zero stress. I love it, and I think you will too. So head over to factormeals.com/Campea50off and use the code Campea50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. You saw this number, surprised. I mean, come on, you got to at least be surprised by the sheer scale of it. I don't know. What do you think?
I was very surprised by the sheer scale of it. But I think what it means, though, is more significant. I think, there's been a lot of cynicism about the MCU over, post Endgame.
That's changed.
And I would say this. We've talked about, you now have the fruits of Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Wonder Man, the upcoming Daredevil Born Again, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Vision Quest, and Doomsday. For all the cynicism and all of the, every single day, there's a new leak. Like I told you, there's that spigot. They now have the guy working 24 hours at Disney that just is spewing Avengers Doomsday spoilers. There is an excitement. I don't care how cynical you are. The fact that this many people, and it's not just, it's people watch. I watched this trailer multiple times because I wanted to catch everything. What I loved about this trailer was it's very different from the other three Spider-Man movies. This is almost like it's a Spider-Man reboot. If Tom Holland wasn't in this movie, it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah.
It was almost as different because the feel of it is different, which I think is very, very cool. That's why it's called Brand New Day.
Yeah.
You know, there's a new scenario. There's a new director. Everything is new.
Ninjas.
They know it's a new civil ninjas, and people are talking about. So many people are like, there's other people in this picture that have been erased.
Could
like in
be,
the
but I'm
trailer.
looking
from-
at-
I don't buy that.
I'm looking at the
ninjas.
ninjas' eye lines, and they all seem to be looking at him.
Except
but
the one on the bottom.
the bottom
looking
one
straight
is-
across.
And by the
going
way,
after somebody else.
in Spider-Man No Way Home, you could see Spider-Man needing some help to fight Electro, Doc Ock, and and
What,
whoever
you
else
think
was in-
ninjas aren't good enough to? He might need help.
I don't think
Come on, dude.
Spider-Man's sweating a few ninjas too much.
No.
I think he'll be. I don't think he needs
Unless
Hulk
they're
and Punisher.
super ninjas. But no,
Oh,
but
maybe, yeah.
but I think that the real Disney has to be enormously pleased about this because it is a vote of confidence, especially with the new CEO of Disney coming in today. It's an enormous vote of confidence for the investment that Marvel has made back into, like, look, I don't know how much Doomsday's reported budget is, but tack on a lot more to that. I mean, Doomsday has got to be the most expensive film by a wide margin. I have no idea. I have no idea how much it costs, but it ain't cheap. And if they want to have a 3.5-hour movie, I think they can do that. And I think that with Doomsday and all this stuff, they have proven that, and you can say what you want, was Fantastic Four the greatest movie in the world? No. But it was a really solid
it was
entry.
a solid
entry into the
film,
MCU,
yeah.
and it introduced the Fantastic Four in grand fashion, and the movie wasn't stupid.
And you love the family dynamic.
Yeah, it was a great family dynamic, and Thunderbolts was great. We're going to see all these new characters going into the new movie. I mean, I don't think Wonder Man's a part of all this, but who didn't love that?
It.
That was another thing that showed that the thing about Wonder Man showed that Marvel could do something new and different that no one had seen before. So Marvel creatively is back. You want to be as cynical as you want about these Avengers movies, but I'll tell you, the highlight of Doomsday is going to be watching all. If there was no action at all in that movie and you just saw the characters talking to each other, I bet that movie would be wildly entertaining. It'd be like my Avengers dinner party movie that I wanted to see because of Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah.
That scene.
Right.
This movie is going to be full of characters you're going to love watching talk to each other. And I think, and plus, there is the multiverse is going to be destroyed. So there's that too. But I think that this is a huge vote of confidence for the MCU. And before anybody calls me a Marvel shill, I am not a Marvel shill.
Ridiculous for this kind of energy.
I'm somebody that just likes Marvel since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I love the MCU, and I want to see Marvel have a great triumph. I want to see Terry Metalis' Vision Quest to be a triumph. I want to see Spider-Man Brand New Day to be a triumph. I want Daredevil Born Again Season 2 to be a triumph. And, of course, I want Doomsday to be triumphant. Come at me, bro.
Here's the other thing that I think this is a really big indicator of. We always talk about how winning cures everything.
Yeah.
Right? I think these numbers also reflect something you were alluding to there, Rob, which was the tone of people's feelings towards Marvel has absolutely been coming back around over the last year. It has.
Built up.
And that's what happens when you start putting out a succession of high quality stuff. Thunderbolts was wonderful. Fantastic Four, Ann and I went to go see it 3 or 4 times in theaters. Wonder Man was incredible. Shame about Captain America 4, but what have you, whatever. I think this, as much as anything else, shows that the work that Marvel has done in the post-Chapek era, not that I'm blaming it all on Chapek, I'm just saying in the post-Chapek era, is already now paying off. You see that people are still very interested in this.
Yeah.
And by the way, in my Hulk Hogan, where are all those people who kept telling me all about this comic book movie fatigue? Where are you now? Where are you? Huh? You under there? I don't know. Where are you now? We were telling you guys that, as the movies were sucking, it's like it's not a coincidence that as the quality was dropping, that interest was dropping. And we kept telling people, this is not comic book movie fatigue. It is mediocre movie fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
It's fatigue of mediocrity. And I said, when the quality comes back, you're going to see the interest comes back. Bring this up again. How's that for interest?
How do you like them
Does
apples?
that number look like people are tired of this?
So
does that
tired.
number look like people aren't interested in this material anymore? Does that look like that remotely? As the quality has started to increase, people have started getting excited again. Now listen, Spider-Man was going to be big regardless of if Thunderbolts was any good, regardless of if Fantastic Four was any good, regardless of if Wonder Man was any good. Let's not kid ourselves. Spider-Man was going to be big regardless. It wasn't going to be this big. Spider-Man wouldn't have these numbers if it wasn't for the fact that the overall sentiment from the movie-going audience has turned back towards Marvel again, and people are starting to get excited about this again.
Well, but it's also, though, I would dare say, I mean, I got to point out that obviously the Spider-Man franchise is a Sony franchise, and Spider-Man, I think, has also been built up because of the Into the Spider-Verse
but
films.
made by Marvel.
Yeah, but yes, but made by Marvel. But the Spider-Man character is easily probably the most popular overall in whatever different quadrants that Marvel has and always has had. Spider-Man has been sort of an ever constant. When you think of the word underoos, it was Spider-Man under Rouge you wanted first. So I do, but what that trailer told me, and I have to tell you, I was quite surprised by the trailer because it felt more adult. And you don't know what's going to happen. Like there's all these, you're seeing all this stuff going on, but how does it all relate together? And what's he going to do about MJ and Ned? And how's this all going to work? And what I loved about this trailer is there's not any the apocalyptic events will come in Doomsday, but it made me wonder, like, what's Peter Parker gonna do now? And watching all these different things, like he's mutating and there's new villains and doesn't have no girlfriend anymore. It just looked like, take the superheroics out of it. I just want to know what's gonna happen to Peter. Like what that story and the story it looks like that they're telling is going to be something again like Wonder Man. That was unique and it was surprising and it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And the secondary characters were all great. And you want Ben Kingsley to be bigger part of the MCU. And yes, I'm happy I have Satoy from Iron Man 3. But it was a really great way to go. And I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, and listen, they got the right guy to direct the new one. I mean, again, full credit to John Watts for doing what he did with those first three.
They were great.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Massive success.
I don't understand the narrative out now that like everyone's excited about this new journey of Spider-Man, but so suddenly we have to be like, didn't those other ones suck? Didn't the director suck?
no.
Like, what is this retelling? We love those.
This can only be this one because of the original three.
Yeah.
I mean, John Watts did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Like recreating Spider-Man again. It was the third reboot of it in recent memory, and he just killed it and set us up to now where we have, Destin in here, and it's going to be great. Anyway, guys, we are seeing history today. Because I contend this will never happen again. You're never going to see, there will be bigger movie trailers, but never bigger ones that beat the previous record by almost 100%. It's never going to happen again. Appreciate this moment because this is absolute history we're seeing. Anyway, guys, whatever you think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.